I watched a video that one of my friends was watching about these children that were having adults crack eggs on their forehead. And there was probably 10 kids in this little video that I saw. Some of those kids were instantly outraged and furious. Some of the kids started laughing. A couple of the kids started crying. And I've been getting a lot of great revelation today about overcoming the wiles of the devil and why God made us choose. And children are like, 3-year-olds. They come into the world, we want their best, and then we begin the process of helping them understand their choices and count the cost of those choices, right? Like any good parent would. And it's game on for control. And we can't control love. I mean, we can control 3-year-olds, and you can be vicious controlling 3-year-olds. You can try to be loving as you control those 3-year-olds, and you can kind of see what impartation that these different kids had that were responding differently to having an egg cracked on their head just out of the blue. That instant response. Some of these kids got very demonic, and other kids were trying to figure out, now, why did you do that to me, Mom? So I want to talk I'm going to make some videos about compulsive behavior and putting to death the old man, the flesh, and not living out life, acting, thinking, speaking like a child, because that's exactly what happened to Adam and Eve. Their compulsion, their impulsiveness towards just eating the apple and deciding what's good and evil themselves, like every little 3-year-old wants to do. Satan came and they ate his words. So to overcome the devil, we have to know who's talking to us in our head, right? And we have to have a strong guard so we won't make a place for him. And, I again, grew up in a family that's self-soothed with food and worldliness. And so that became very destructive to a couple people in my family. Vice, when you use vice, to self-soothe. And, you're living for pleasure more than God. And so the devil really does have a voice. He lives outside of us until we let him in the door, for whatever reason we let him in the door. So learning how to guard our heart better is really the love of God to chasten us, to discipline us, to help us count the cost, to see the effect we have on others when we live like 3-year-olds, act like 3-year-olds, and think like 3-year-olds. And I'm going to talk a lot about the little saboteur, too, of the little lazy glutton that lives in every 3-year-old, right? Little 3-year-olds are little lazy gluttons. So stay tuned. I have a lot to say about this little subject, about how to overcome Satan and why the children of the world can be wiser than the children of the kingdom. So I'm gonna go the distance with this one, I think.